more about the Anunnakis family, the Sumerian, Mesopotamian gods, gods. And here is the one way how he chooses to appear, how some view it to be, and it's not to be confused. This one is Nanna, okay. Nanna is the oldest son of Enlil, not to be confused with Inanna Ishita, who is his sister, his younger sister. So some view him like that, other view him in another way. So let's find out more about this oldest son of Enki and a brother of Ninurta and grandson of Enlil, not to be confounded with Inanna, his sister. He is the moon god, lord of wisdom and father of the gods, and landlord message of Nanna was a moon god in the mythology of the ancient Near East. He was one of the most important gods in the pantheons of ancient Sumer. In Sumer, he was worshipped as god Nanna, and his Akkadian name was Su-en or Sin. The name of the Assyrian moon god Sin is often spelled as Enzu, which means Lord of Wisdom. The origin of the name Nanna and Sin is unknown, but the earliest trace of his name and worship lead to the ancient cities of Iwar and Uruk and Sumer. Nanna was the father of the gods. Now I ask, how was he or is he the father of the gods when his grandfather is the chief, Anu-en is the chief, and his father is above him? So how so was him the father of the gods? It doesn't make any sense to me, unless they place they kind of from time to time they abdict from the throne and then pass the crown to their descendants. Might be the explanation for that. Otherwise, it doesn't make any sense. So, God Nanna's symbol was a bow, the result of the horizontal crescent of the waxy moon. Some would view us as a cat or a leopard or something like that, appearing a black leopard, appearing similar to the horns of the animal. He's depicted on cylinder seals as an old man with a flowing body and the crescent symbol of the moon. And some religions here do their symbol is a crescent moon. Does it rings a bell? The early dynastic gods list, such as Pharaoh S1, revealed that the moon god Nanna was extremely important in the pantheon. His name appears immediately after the four leading gods: En, who is his grandfather, Enlil, his father, Inanna, his sister, and Enki, his uncle. Sumerians were skilled ancient astronomers who paid close attention to the movements of various celestial objects. It's believed that Mercury was known since at least Sumerian times, roughly 5,000 years ago, where it was often associated with Nabu, the god of writing. Nabu is the son of with Marduk, maybe. A 5,500-year Sumerian star map of ancient Nineveh reveals people in Mesopotamia and observed the Kepler's impact event. The Sumerians were naturally also interested in observing the moon's phases, so it's only natural that the moon god Nanna was closely linked to science and astronomy. Sometimes I wonder whether this so-called God is just a kind of a symbology. They are not exactly a God, rather it is a symbology for some star body, some kind of astronomy body or something like that, and not intrinsically entity or a God. I know that they say that a body of a star of a astral body is like a star, a moon is an entity per se. However, I will not call it a God as of sorts. I'll not call it as a soul. In a scientific text, moon god Nanna is often referred to in terms characteristic of the celestial body. He is described as shining or radiant. Moon god Nanna was the father of sun god Shamash. Some say that the sun god would be Jesus. So now I ask, is it Jesus, the son of Nanna, nephew of Ninurta, and grandson of Enki and Enlil? Maybe. And a great child of An, maybe. God Nanna was married to Nigal, great lady who was a goddess of reeds in the Sumerian mythology, and daughter of Enki and Ning-Inkurga. So he was married to the daughter of Enki, but Enki went on and played with his sister Inanna, and then his brother, his older brother Ninurta, cut off his ball. God Nanna and goddess Nigal had 3 children. One of them was Shamash, the god of sun, truth, justice, and healing. Wasn't Jesus not about justice, truth, and healing? Does it rings a bell? The other children were Inanna, also known as Ishtar, who was the goddess of planet Venus, and Ereshkigal, the goddess of the underworld. God Nanna and goddess Nika had 3 children. Huh? What? One of them was Shamash, the god of the sun. The god of the sun. That means it was Jesus through Jesus. And then how come his children were Inanna when Inanna was his niece? So he was Ninurta? No, there's something wrong here. Inanna is the daughter, is his niece, is the daughter of his older brother Ninurta, also known as Ishtar, was the god. No, that's not true. Something not correct here. Someone is lying along the lines here. So this Ishtar governs Venus. Venus is the planet of arts, music, theater, painting, but also of illicit acts and lusts. In Ereshkigal, the god of the underworld, and her sister is the goddess of the underworld. And they are the children of Ninurta. Not Inanna, not Nanna, but Ninurta. Shamash, Misatonia, Ganda Psatus, Rosa Furuku. The moon, so both moon god Nanna and the sun god Shamash associated with Shu laws and Vedics, the determination of destinies and the announcements of omens. So they are the ones who gives all the orders here in Shu laws, judgment, and also destinies. They make configuration for people, either good or bad. So who say they are about healing injustice here? I don't buy that. This is too dichotomic for me, too dual, too inconsistent. The moon god and the Mount Sinai connection. In the article is biblical Mount Sinai located in Har Hakum, where Mesopotamian moon god Sin was worshipped. Published by a message the question was raised on whether Nanna may have been more important than previously thought. Biblical archaeologist Emmanuel Anati has discovered evidence suggesting that biblical Mount Sinai was a site known as Har Karkom in the Negev of Israel. According to Anati, people who lived in Har Karkom, I don't know whether the pronunciation is correct, the early Bronze Age worshipped the moon god Sin. Sin. Many temples were raised in his honor. The cult of moon god Nanna spread to many places and people built temples built in his honor in all the large cities of Babylonia and Assyria. So hear more about him. Nanna was known as Nanna Swen Sin. Asibaba Namzarit Namrazet Imbu is the Mesopotamian god of the moon and wisdom. I thought that the moon was governed by a female energy. Even a 7-year-old once come to me and said, the moon is female, is a girl, and the sun is a boy, because it has the energy of male energy, the yang. Okay, so someone come here and you say that the moon god is a male. How to understand this? I know that these beings, sometimes I think they are not even sexual, and also that they have no gender at all. This one's all man-made invention. I believe that they are androgynous. Okay, he's one of the oldest gods in the Mesopotamian pantheon, and is first mentioned at the very dawn of Right and Sumer. His worship continued until the 3rd century CE. Nanna was his Sumerian name, while he was known as Sin, Nanna Sin, Nanna Swen, and other names by the Akkadians, Assyrians, Babylonians, and others. His cult center was the great temple and ziggurat at the Sumerian seat of Iwar, and he is frequently mentioned in hymns and inscription from the Iwar as the chief god of the pantheon with the epithet Inzu, Lord of Wisdom. His importance is evident in the number of inscriptions which refer to or praise him as the stories in which he features. He was the son of enlil, and is their firstborn after Enlil seduces Nilil by the river bank and the meet Enlil and Nilil. His wife was Nigal, also Nikal, the great lady, a fertility goddess. I think she's that one. She's the Greek goddess of fertility. It's not Aphrodite. It's an Aphrodite is about nonsense. Is not Astarte. Anyway, I forgot her name. Fertility goddess, and the children were Utu Shamash, the sun god, who could be Jesus. Jesus is an anunak for me. And in some stories, his twin sister Inanna Ishtar, twin sister, goddess of love and sexuality. Erishekigal, queen of the dead, and Ishikur, also known as Adad, god of storms. All his siblings. An interesting aspect of this family tree is that the moon Nanna is the father of the sun Utu Shamash. That's why, how could the moon be the father of the sun? Doesn't make any sense. Since the sun could symbolize a father and the moon the mother, doesn't make any sense, all this material here. So there's some discrepancy that I will find out later. There's something not correct in here. It's just wild guessings. Is the father of the son of two Shamash. It's thought this belief originated in the early days of hunter-gatherer social structure when the moon was more important to community. The moon is a female, you morons, for traveling by night and telling the time of the month. The sun only became more important once the people settled down and began to practice agriculture. The religious belief then mirrored the cultural development. The Mesopotamians thus conceived of day illuminated by the sun as emanating from the darkness of night and the lesser light of the moon as the time of love-making. The night and the moon were linked to the goddess of the erotism. As a source of light, the moon was viewed as humanity. Okay, if the moon were linked to a goddess, how come you say it's a god? It doesn't make any sense, isn't it? As a humanity protector against the acts of criminality undertaken under the cover of darkness, he, even as the illumination in all-seeing sun, was looked upon as a guardian of justice. Nanna is represented as an recumbent moon and associated with the bull and lion dragon. No, 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 no. This is a male. This is a female, not a male. His father depicted as a seated man with a long beard of lapis lazuli. A crescent moon above him, or riding on the back of a winged bull. In many inscriptions, he is represented simply by the number 30, referring to the number of days in a lunar month. And the crescent moon was regarded as his barge in which he sailed through the night sky. Now I'm going to decipher this mystery here, this confusion here and misunderstanding. I feel it's like this. This version here that the moon is governed by a male energy was created by certain culture, certain religion cult here on earth, and also because it comes from where? Sirius star, Sirius. Whereas the version whereby they tells that the moon is a female energy and is governed by a goddess and is from the yin, the night is from Orion version of the story. Okay, but then it was kind of changed, adulterated, manipulated, and then another version came about. However, that's why I thought, when I first say, is it a Himakuya? What? A moon god? I thought it was a female. What is him? Some kind of he cut from both sides or what? Androgynous? Could be. Who knows? He was an immensely popular god, one of the original Sumerian pantheon. His cult center was Iwar, and his most famous high priestess was Enheduanna, although he also had an important temple at Haran in modern-day Syria, where his son was Nusku, god of fire and light. Nanna, Nigal, and Nusku were worshipped as a triad, like some religions here. The Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost. And even in the Vedas, we see that the triad. Shiva and many others are triad. Okay? So it rings a bell. It's all come about the anunakis. This is God from the ancient Mesopotamian and Sumerians. Sumerian empire, which dates back to the time of Atlantis. So, though this veneration mainly focuses on the father and his son, of course, because this is a what? A patriarchal society from Sirius. Where else you can expect? What else? Love his story. Sign up for free week. Blah 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 blah. So, under the reign of Nabonidas, the king's mother served as high priestess at Haran, while his daughter held the same position at Nanna's temple. And this arrangement consolidated Nabonidas' power in the same way that Sargon of Akkad had earlier placed his daughter in Hedwana in her possession at Ur. Nanna is repeatedly seen in ancient texts as a god who provides and unifies, and some of the most successful Mesopotamian rulers capitalized on this belief. I don't think so. And Inanna is the goddess of the moon in another version, and then they come and say, oh, Nanna is a male, the god of the moon. Last I know, the god of the sun, yeah, the sun, because the sun is a male energy, moon is a female. Names and significance. Nanna first appears under the name whose meaning is unknown. He is already an important deity when he is mentioned as seen when during the reign of Sargon of Akkad, and is referred to as the Illuminator. Oh, Illuminati. Even from this early period, he was associated with wisdom and was honored by Sargon's grandson. Sometimes I guess this is a single being um, portray themselves as many parts. I mean this, I mean that, this kind of a thing. The great Naram Sin, who took his name upon coming to the throne, Naram Sin, considered the greatest of the Akkadian kings, was among those who understood how to use religious belief to rule most effectively. Nanna is repeatedly seen in ancient texts as a god who provides and unifies, and some of the most successful Mesopotamian rulers capitalized on this belief. The Akkadians also knew Nanna Sin by a number of their other names, which are actually epithets such as Asim Babar, Ashigar Babar, possibly meaning embellisher or he who embellishes. Namraziti, who shines forth. Embellish souls after they die, go then embellish. Is a great monster. And Imbu, the fruit, possibly referring to the moon's changing shape. To the Babylonians, Nanna was the son of Marduk, who created him and placed him in the sky. How to understand that? Some would say that Nanna was the son of Enlil, one of the children of Enlil. Marduk is yet another being who created him and placed him in the sky. The son of Marduk, from what I have gathered, is called Nabu. Now, were Nanna and Nabu the same being, the same entity? I don't know. However, Marduk has a son whose name is different, and his Marduk father is Enki. Now, if Nanna is the son of Marduk, he would be the grandson of Enki and not Enlil. Am I right? Because Marduk is the son of Enki, okay, who is Ninurta uncles. who created him and placed him. No, something wrong. Do you see how these people make mistake along the way, along the millenniums? How they make mistake? It doesn't help that their gods also help to create all this misunderstanding so as to confuse the people so that we'll never find out about their tricks and secrets. Lunar eclipses were thought to be caused in some eras or ages by gods or demons try to steal the moon's light, the moonlight. Now I'm going to stop here. I would rather say by demons. And why? Because they are not trying to steal any moon's light. They are doing this because they want to cause the problem on earth and also suck energy from the people, the sentient beings here. Nothing to do with these deities. And Nanna, or in some stories Marduk. Huh? So lunar eclipses were thought to be caused in some ages by gods or demons try to steal the moon's light. And Nanna, or in some stories Marduk. How come Nanna be Marduk? Marduk is the son of Enki. And Nanna is the son of Enlil. Had to fight against them to restore natural order. Oh, Nanna or Marduk, which is cousin. Nanna and Marduk are cousins. So they fought against those demons to restore order. Batman comments on how during the new moon, when Nanna's light was not visible, the god was said to be in the nether world. That's when the moon is called the moon if no coals, when there's all blackness, if there's no moon in the sky. So some would say because he's on the nether world, judging, where he judged the dead. At one point or another throughout Mesopotamia's long history, Nanna was king of the gods, lord of wisdom, keeper of time, guardian of the future, diviner, holder of secrets. I don't like that. But is always seen as the devoted son of Enlil and a protector and guardian of humanity. I don't know. So Nanna is referred to at a number of points throughout the epic of Gilgamesh, where he is mentioned as the father of Shamash and Ishtar. Huh? How come he's the father of Ishtar when Ishtar is his younger sister? Gilgamesh at one point even composes a song for Nanna, praising him for changes in life which inspire one to do great deeds. Nanna is similarly praised in other works and in all is closely associated with fertility and life. His rule fertility again is a goddess. A goddess is a feminine energy, not a male. Since when the moon and fertility now comes to be a male energy, there's no sense. Utterly nonsense and lies. His role as a keeper of time, guardian of the future, is especially interesting as he understands the past as the future. And looking at the past, Nanna was able to clearly see human destiny because they keep on repeating, because you also like to repeat. And you don't finish one timeline at once. You keep that timeline for other places. You understand that timeline? Say, okay, now let's say one is one single line or point, and here stay on the left is the past, the center is the now, the today, the now, this present moment, and then in my right will be the future. Okay, so what they do is they can see, they join up together, they don't finish the past is still existent, the present is also in the future. So anytime, any moment, the past still exists, because it's still there on the line, on the timeline. It is not removed, and that's why it is still existent. And if it is still existent, it still can affect the now, where we are right now, and the future within our right. You understand? It's like that. So collectively and individually, and those who came to him for divination could alter their future for the better by accepting his counsel. In addition to his wisdom and foresight, the God also offered many other gifts to humanity. Which ones what? The same gift taken from humanity in the first place, because we didn't need all that in the past, but at least my ancestors didn't need that. My long time, million-year ago ancestor. Not talk about this Homo sapiens versions. In the poem, The Journey of Nanna to Nippur, the god is seen loading his boat at the Iwar with all good things stolen from earth to present to his father enlil at the city of Nippur. And the boat here means what? A spacecraft. It's not a boat, not that he come on the boat and go and present to his father. No, it was a spacecraft. Maybe Naibaru, I don't know. A spacecraft. Not a boat, huh? Not a boat. That one's for humans. So Nanna fills his spaceship, with the trees, DNA of the trees, plants and animals to populate other areas of this solar system and animals. But hello, they did not create, not at all. They didn't create a fly, a dust. All this family did was to steal what the cosmos had already invented, and what Orion had already invested in here. Even Orion did not invent a fly either. What they did was to invest here first, earlier than Sirius. Okay? So they, as I said in my other video, they have stolen plants, animals, all the DNA here. And then comes some moron over there and they claim that they themselves, the God who invented all of these, and tra la 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 la, all kind of nonsense. I always knew that they didn't invent the thing. What they did was to steal DNA, steal, and then makes his way up a river. No, up sky, stop at 5 seats. Or they went down to a network of channels and portals. Stop at 5 seats along the way, where he is greeted and honors each one's god. Arrive at Nippur, he is greeted by Enlil's gatekeeper, and how to say that thing, portal, with joy, and brought into his father's presence. Nanna and Enlil feast together, and then Nanna makes a series of requests. He asks for a river to swell with sweet water, for the fields to yield abundant harvest, for success in cultivating honey and making wine, and for a long life to enjoy these gifts. And Leo grants his requests, and Nanna returns happily to Iwar. And how he bestowed all this to his son, his dearest son, by ways of technology, whereby was once the earth did all by herself, create, explode things naturally, organically. These beings come and bring all their nonsense technology to um, pollute everything here and damage the ionosphere. The poem is thought to represent the moon's association with fertility, and Leo as the king of the gods, keeper of the tablets of destiny, which foretold the fates of gods and mortals. Even the gods also he he controls. How awful! And his decisions were final. His act of generosity in giving these gifts to Nanna meant that through Nanna they would be passed on to humanity and could not be revoked. Nanna is depicted in a similar light in the poem The Heads of Nanna, in which he is praised as the god of living creatures, leader of the land, and the great father of humanity, although Enki was the creator god of the Sumerians. Nanna seems to have sometimes taken on this role as his worship spread across Mesopotamia. In the poem, he is again seen as the god who gives great gifts to humanity in abundance. But there's a catch. He don't give like this randomly, generously and by random. No, you have to worship him. You have to do as he pleases, so as for him to bestow all this upon you. And there are the chosen ones. Some are the forgotten one. Nobody's child here on earth. You got it? That's how things go. Some are nobody's child. So Nanna seems to have what? The land and the greatest father of humanity. No, his chosen ones, not the goyims, the chosen ones. In the poem, he is again seen as the god who gives great gifts to humanity in abundance. Nonsense. The work begins with the image of Nanna taking the night sky and illuminate it as the sun does at noon. He is the close confidant of his father enlil, who speaks with him day and night and converses with him on the fate of human beings. Converses with him on the fate of human beings. So I was wrong about Enki. I think Enki is still better than them. Later I will go on to Enki's. Nanna's herds are then tallied. Nanna's herds mean those people there all in Africa, Middle East, etc. Nanna's herds are then tallied and their number written on divine tablets by Nisab, goddess of writing and scribe of the gods. And Nanna is then praised as the god of abundance, who provides among other gifts alcoholic drink. Ninkasi was the goddess of beer. You see, when it's nonsense, they put to the females, goddess of beer. Who needs that? But this role is attributed to Nanna in the poem to emphasize his importance, as beer was the most popular drink in Mesopotamia. The god also appears in the Descent of Inanna, where he is listed as one of the deities. Ninshubor is to appeal to if Inanna does not return from the underworld. And in the course of a god, the famous work of the Mesopotamian Naru's literature, Jenar, concerning Naram Sin in the curse of Agadi, after Naram Sin has enraged enlil through his ingratitude. Nanna is among the gods who try to act as mediators to spare humanity. And Naram Sin specifically from Enlil's wrath. So he intercedes for humanity to his father, because his father wanted to do away, but it's not all. Only part of Africa, Middle East, and Asia. The Great Flood was not widespread, and not everybody died. That's a very big lie. His role as a protector and defender of humanity did not end with one's death, however, but continued on in the afterlife. Great big crap, because we didn't need all this nonsense until these demons come into the picture to destroy and distort everything. So does I return from down the road? This one here, in Nanna, is not his daughter, but his sister. His sister. No, it's not his sister. It's his niece. His niece. Because the way how they put it here, they are mixing up. Say that this Nanna is the same as Ninurta. But Ninurta is the one who is the father of Inanna. Josie make Inanna the niece of Nanna. Oh no. No, it's his sister. Sorry, it's his sister. Because they are all the children of enlil. Inanna, Ninurta, Nanna are all the children of enlil. So this one is his younger sister. And who saved her from the underworld. And I believe that Nishigal is not her sister, rather is her cousin. Nishigal is the daughter of Enki. Okay, because Enki is also known as Anubis, the black dog of the hell, and his daughter, I guess, is Nishigal. So she would be Inanna's cousin rather than sister. Nanna and Ningal, the queen of the dead in Mesopotamian mythology, was Erishikigal. I think they are not sister, they were cousin. Older sister of Inanna. No. I still believe that Erishikigal is the daughter of Enki. Inanna is the daughter of Enlil, who ruled the underworld, but generally passed no judgment on the dead. Good. That's good. And she shouldn't. The dead, however great or modest their lives, all went to the same dark, dreary realm under the earth when their life was finished. And there they all shared the same fate as they ate dust and drank from puddles. That's terrible. I hope that's once last time. Okay, they have changed so far. I hope so. This has been the standard belief among the people of Mesopotamia for millennia. But during the UR3 period, Nanna was elevated to the role of judge of the dead. Scholars, okay. The moon god Nanna decreed the fate of the dead in the nether world were to be found bready eating heroes and beer drinkers who satisfy the thirst of the dead with fresh water. We learn it too that the gods of the nether world can be called upon to utter prayers for the dead, that the personal god of the deceased and his sits God, the personal god of the deceased. Do you need one? And his sits God were invoked in his behalf. Do you need one before you go there? Mamma mia, the caropita, and that the welfare of the family of the deceased was by no means overlooked in the funerary prayers. Mean that if you offer prayer for the dead, they accept them in a tray and pass on to the deads, to their beloved ones. And what about those who nobody cares and don't offer any prayers? How about them? All I say is don't care about this thing. To me, there's no such thing. May even exist, but I don't believe that we die and become ghosts. To me, we die, finish, we go back to source. All this is an invention made by human obsession, psychotic, and obsessive mentality. There's no such thing. No such thing. I don't believe in ghosts. There are the foreign entities passing up as ghosts. I don't believe in that. I have been dealing with dead ones, beloved dead ones. Yeah, I have been seeing them. But I still don't believe were them not after 12 months after their death. No, I don't believe it's them. It's something else, a copy of them. I believe that they already go back to source, go back to the multiverse, went back to cosmos, now defeat. I don't believe they are out. That one's a copy of them. There's no such thing to me. I really cannot concept this possibility of people die and still exist for long time, maybe 6 months. Okay, I understand, I accept. 12 months, okay, after that no more, because as we die our memory dissipates with us. Our memory goes back to source. All the energy um, contained in that dead body there, especially so when you cremate, is gone with the wind. All the parana, as is called by the Vedas, is gone, will be gone. Okay, this body's dust go back to earth, or go back to the air, or go back to the water, doesn't matter, any element. However, it's become what? Ghost? I don't believe. I'm so sorry. But can they make artifacts, entities with a human part? Absolutely 100,000% a big fat yes, they do. They do. Even here on earth, they do it. They do it. Okay, they do. But ghost, you think that your mother, your father die and come back and say your mother, hello son, how are you? Is mommy back from the dead? Is daddy back from the dead? Is sister back from the dead? They will say that. Like, I mean, how to say, rationally, if in excess, if connectivity, no way, no way, no way. Why? Because that is not them. That is not them. It's something else created by these beings. I think I'm gonna live my whole life. My sister said I'm gonna live for hundreds of years. I'm not sure, of course not, just joke. But if I have to live for hundreds of years, I will tell the same thing again, again, and again, and again, and again, and again, and again. I will never ever change. Never change this kind of concept which I have about death. Okay, and even after I die, I will never change. I know that once I take my last breath, I will deliver myself to the cosmos. Say, here I am, take me back, because from here where I belong, the rest goes back to where it belongs. To Caesar what belongs to Caesar, to the earth what belongs to the earth, and to the cosmos what belongs to the cosmos. I have a channel beyond 3D. I go around. I hear things through the apps. Okay, I can hear on the ear, but it's very flimsy, so I cannot understand what they are talking about. I can hear things and nothing to do with schizophrenia. Before some funny one will think, oh, she's a schizophrenic. No, nothing of the sort. There are people who are able to be clairvoyant, clairvoyant, and there's the one who can hear, the one who can see, the one who can smell. I can have these three possible three gift. Okay, I can, me and many other people are even better than I. They are able to see all this kind of thing, and I hear and smell. I can smell, I can see, and I can hear. But what they talk to me on the ears, I cannot make up what they are talking about. So I need an apps to better hear, because they talk very slow. I really cannot hear. Or else I can use the telepathy, but I still haven't come up to this universe yet, this height yet of having telepathy and communicate with them. But I can hear them. Sometimes I can hear, but what I tell them is, go back to the cosmos. You are not dead. Or if you are making fun of my face, pretend to be a dead human, I don't believe you. I'm so sorry. I don't believe. But anyways, it doesn't cost much to say a prayer for these beings, even as they are the astral, the leftover. They call it the rubbish junk DNA left behind, and it belongs to this anunakis. Okay, belongs to the anunakis, the astral body. It's not what we are, at least not me. If you want to own it, up to you, not my problem. But it's not what I am. What I am, something much bigger, and that's why they are afraid of me. So in the funerary prayer, so what they call up to utter God, utter prayers for the dead. That's not good of the day. So I go there like an idiot. If I believe this is nonsense, so I don't believe. Go there and then I utter prayer. Oh my God, come and save me. This God, that God, and then expect for family to pray for me, to give me alms. For what? I don't need that. I don't need, because I know who I am. Now from the moment that I know who I am, I'm going to use these tools to exercise my rights as a cosmic fragments, both here in this world and in another world. This is quite a departure from the traditional view of the afterlife and the land of no return, in which the dead were all made in coal and lost their interest in the world of their former lives. Yeah, could be also. I believe also they don't care much about this life. But you cannot continue communicate with the fraction, the cup of this your loved ones, your departed loved ones, because they are so immersed in the other life that they no more have recollection of a life here on this 3D body. Nanna became the bridge between the living and the dead through his judgment of their lives and intervention on the part of their families. That's nonsense. You can take all of this rubbish, this carcass of this bad I have after die. Can take, but don't include myself as a being in it. Please, please, tell you, take what yours. Give what's from the cosmos. Okay, this what I will request of you in that time. An intervention, nonsense. I don't believe in this nonsense. I die. Even so, as the Krama notes elsewhere, the Sumerians for the most part held to the belief that all were in the dreary world of afterlife, which was only a poor reflection of mortal existence. Nonsense. It's all make-believe story, all make-believe world. There's no such thing. Nanna's wife Ningao may also have had a part in the judgment of the dead. Ask her to judge her own. I'm not gonna say the word here. What leads as a prompt to good behavior, as a number of good behavior. Do you behave good? Why should I follow you for? You claim yourself to be God, so give me good example. Because I follow people who are people no entity who are good. If you are not good, you do rubbish. You tempt the herds here to follow to do stupid thing to destroy themselves. You are setting bad example to the people in here. Look at your family. Look at your family for truth and honesty's sake. And then you think that you are in the right. You have a right. That you're in a power to judge people just because you have technology. Oh, please, man, not me. I think I'm so different from the rest here. It's just like I don't belong to this model of the world. All this rubbish bad I have. I think I'm much more than that. These are crafted eyes and the judge people. Judge yourself. Judge yourself first before you judge another. Being found which are known as the eyes of Ningal. These are crafted eye models, usually cut from precious or semi-precious stone, but also formed from clay. Sometimes these are only eyes, and sometimes a figure in which the eyes are enlarged and accentuated with what appears a lemniscate, symbol for infinity. It's unclear what the significance of these eyes was for the ancient Mesopotamians, but it's possible they reminded the owner that the eyes of the gods were on them. Ah, nonsense. Put your eyes somewhere else. You don't need to come and gossip about my life, man. I know who I am and what I am. You don't need to come here and keep poke your nose into my life, okay? Mind your own business. Among the most interesting are a pearl carved from onyx and dedicated by the king Nabonidus to Ningal. Even though eye carvings have been found associated with many other deities, these are unique, and those which seem to resemble them are also thought to have been dedicated to Ningal. The eyes could have been protective talismans. That one is against the, from what I can gather, is against the evil eyes, isn't it? Or as noted, it reminds us that the eyes of the great lady and her divine husband were always upon the living. Many of these artifacts have been recovered from the ruins of Tel Brak, ancient Nagar in modern-day Syria, not far from the east of Haran, and were most likely amuletic objects honoring Ningal or talismans remind one of the protection in eventual judgment by Nanna. At Haran's, Ningal's and Nanna's sons Nusku was regularly invoked in the execution by fire. Oh great! So I go there, I execute someone, I kill a poor animal who are crying for their life, cry, gloating, um, pleading not to be killed, and then I go and I call, in the name of Nanna, in the name of Ninurta, in the name of Enlil, in the name of Enkaya. Great! Does it make sense? You know why they do that? Because they were not the one who created the animals. Who created the animals was the cosmos. But they think they can do whatever they want, They think that they are the big terror of the universe. For the fools, maybe. For me, no, 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 not for this being, this entity here. In me. So by fire, oh great, I go there, kill somebody. I kill you in the name of Nanna. I'm killing you in the name of Nigao. Oh no, I'm killing you in the name of Inkaya. In the name of in the name of Enlil. In the name of Inina Ishikar. Okay? I'm gonna kill you now in the name of them. How stupid! It doesn't make any sense, you know. But if I go there and then say, hey, I give you this plate of food in the name of Nanna. I give you this cup of water, even for a thirsty cobra, even for a hungry crocodile. Ah, crocodile, take this piece of chicken or this apple in the name of Nanna, the name of Ningao. Then it's something else. And doing good, but doing evil in the name of those demons. Ay, 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 ay. Doesn't make any sense, man. Of those convicted of practice the dark arts after his parents have presided over the defendant's trial. Now I'm see this as a stupid human ignorancy. Very stupid people, no primitive sapien, Homo sapiens. I think that it is not even the entities who ask that. It's the stupid Homo sapiens who are doing all this kind of nonsense, who are believing all this kind of nonsense. It's not surprising to find Nanna in a position of judgment, since he is included in early Sumerian god lists as among the first who decreed the fates of humanity. Do he, or this is the stupid idiots from a shiny time, decide that it's so? Did he really, or was the humans, the devotees, the herds, who decided that it's so? The earliest group consisted of the 7 divine powers: Anu, Enki, Enkai, Enlil, Inanna, Nanna, Sin, Nin, Hosag, and Utu Shamash, which I believe maybe could be called Jesus. All 7 of these would change and grow, or Shiva, Jesus, Shiva. All 7 of these would change and grow and assume different roles and responsibilities throughout Mesopotamian history. But Nanna remains more or less the same from his inception. So Nanna is the only one different, set apart. And the others mentioned here, they will change and grow and assume different roles. That means the kind of metamorphosis. So we'll never know who is what. Only Nanna will be different. That's why certain religions here only believes that they worship just one God. And that their gods have many names. Does it rings a bell? And I still believe that this entity, he can become whatever he wants. Okay, he can become a male, a female, androgynous. It has thousands and millions of names, thousands and millions of personalities, but it's a single entity divided into many aspects of itself. As with many Mesopotamian gods, Nanna was incorporated into the Assyrian pantheon, and when the new Assyrian Empire fell in 612 BCE, a great number of these deities lost favor. Nanna continued to be recognized, however, and was still worshipped in the region of Syria as late as the 3rd century CE, when he was replaced by the Christian God, who also make part of them. It's the same thing for intelligence's sake and cognitive resonance's sake and the logic's sake. Is the same thing. So here we are done for the supposedly, I'm not very sure, the son, one of the children of Enlil. Okay, the son of the Anunnaki families.